Hello, my fellow ghouls and ghoulettes, and welcome to Monster Planet, where I talk about a monster's brief history, how it affected our modern world today, and how media portrays the monster. I'm your host, Marlon Gonzalez, and today's monster will bring your family a little too close for comfort, and maybe a little famished. So, let's get started. Today's monster is North America's towering, man-eating beast, the Wendigo. The Wendigo is a supernatural creature of the Algonquin Native American legends. They devour human flesh just to survive the harsh winters. But besides appearing in the Algonquin legends, the Wendigo legend has also appeared in other tribes, such as these. The first written account was by European Jesuit missionary Paul Lejeune, who lived with the Algonquin people in the early 17th century in what is now known as Quebec. In the early 20th century, the term Wendigo found its way into the Western medical vocabulary. It was used by psychiatrists to refer to a mental condition in which patients felt possessed by cannibalistic desires. This was known as Wendigo psychosis. The word Wendigo has multiple spellings and pronunciations, but the meaning of the word Wendigo roughly translates to evil spirit or cannibal, a very fitting name. For the creation of the Wendigo is not for the faint of heart. Well, you've been warned. The way a Wendigo is born, or should I say created, is by the consumption of human flesh. The transformation is gruesome, painful. There are different forms to take for the person who committed the act. The subject grows in terms of height, but becomes exceptionally thin, with the skeleton pushing through its ash-colored skin. According to other legends, the description of the appearance varies from telling to telling, with some having pointed ears like an animal, antlers or horns sprouting from its head, or both. It's said that the Wendigos have sunken eyes, and also glowing eyes like hot coals, and bear extremely long and sharp teeth to sink into its victims. How it affected our modern world, the Wendigo has had a big effect in terms of media and psychology. So much so that the Wendigo is now a mainstream icon for hunger and video games. This time in the spotlight has managed to spark creativity of video game studio Supermassive Games, which was published by Sony Computer Entertainment for this very renowned and very famous game, Until Dawn. This was one of many, as the TV show Teen Wolf took liberties with the monster as well. In terms of psychology, the Wendigo psychosis has been discussed and being highly disputed among the medical community, which I find interesting, that many cases of people finding themselves afflicted by this mental disease have surfaced and has been a big inspiration for these companies, so much so that they made it into a very intense horror genre game. So how media portrays the Wendigo? As I said before, Until Dawn has sparked the sudden intrigue and interest for the Wendigo since 2015. Although the horror cliches and tropes are cringy to say the least, but adds a certain style to it, for which I quite find entertaining. As for accuracy for the model of the Wendigo, it's accurate to some degree, with its long limbs making it around 7 feet tall, teeth sharp and jagged, insatiable hunger, and overall effectiveness for killing its victims. I say the developers have quite outdone themselves. Other franchises have been able to get a sense or overall message that this monster is trying to teach us. Hunger in any sort can be a deadly tool, if be a hunger for knowledge, power, or just being starved. Well, that's all the time I have for you, ghouls and ghoulettes. And remember, always keep a nice stock of food in this time of quarantine. Who knows? You might turn into a Wendigo yourself. Let's just hope you don't become one.